So, Rohan, you
Action,
you've
sir.
you've got a
Oh,
spear in your side, and you got another guard kind of charging at you to kind of do this jump jab. What do you wish to do?
so I've crippled one. I
Yeah,
have the
he's
spear
literally
in my side.
starting to slip down. Like you can feel his hands just losing grip as he's falling
Yeah,
down towards you.
he's almost dead, is what you're telling me. And the other guy, is it a reckless attack that he's doing, or is he?
He's gonna like try to jump up and just come down to you on the ground with his spear.
I'm gonna try my maneuver that I failed on before, and bring that guy in the path of the attack. Um, so yeah,
All right, do your strength.
there we go.
All right, do roll me 1d6 plus 2, please.
Oops. Helps if I use the right letter at the beginning here. There you go.
The guy is his guts kind of split out from his stomach and just kind of cover your body in bowel and intestines and all of that. The other guard throws his spear and gets two daggers out, and he's kind of standing prepping for a fight. Edward, you've been hanging out with the dwarves, and they've applied two bandages to you. So heal yourself for 8 damage.
Oh boy.
What would you like to do?
First of all, I'm back at full health. Um, can I see the guy attacking Rohan?
You know he's back there. You can probably hear some grunting and all that, but you don't have a clear line of sight. You can see that Sirach is snoring in giant form behind you. Kenshin has this guard kind of standing with two arrows in his back and a mace. Like you can tell he's very, very weak. And then there's another guard that you just saw kind of flop over. You're surrounded by like 8 or 9 of these dwarves kind of just saying thank you, but be warned, there are others. There are others. You need to prepare.
Hold on. Well, I don't have that kind of time. There's really nothing I can do.
If you want to say you hang out here with the dwarves and
hang
have a
out-
conversation.
I just hang out with the dwarves and have a conversation because there is nothing. I literally have no attacks. I mean, I can hit somebody with a stick. That's it.
Kenshin, you got a guard. He's still standing next to you. He's pretty much out of it, but you hear this unbuckling behind you and this deep voice,
Well,
kind of
I would
shady and distant whispers.
like to
Oh, it's one of you.
reality.
Okay. What are you looking for?
Well, I've got a couple of things. I know that these are not men. Are not men.
They are men.
Yes, the ones before you are men.
Yes. But the other thing that I need to know is, because I realized that this dagger, the daggers these guys are carrying, or at least these ones were poison. I need to know if the dwarf up here, I need to see if he's still actually alive or whether he's expired, because it looked like they slit his throat, but they may not have done a very good job, and between that and the poison, he may still be alive.
Night Wild, thanks for stopping by, buddy. Yeah, I would say discern realities. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if he's still alive. All right, roll me a 1d6. So how are you checking his like, are you feeling for a pulse? Like trying to listen for breath?
Yeah, I would be listening to see if there's any, because I know that when the other dwarf had arrived, I'm basically, because I've still got control of this guy, I'm basically moving him around to continue to use him as a shield against whatever's just come out of the tent.
You
Because I knew that when that guy came up, when they're exhausted or they breathe very heavily.
So there appears to be a very, very light breath every few seconds. It's a as the air is kind of coming through his windpipe, the cut in his throat, as much of his as his voice or his
Gotcha.
mouth. You as you're checking, you feel chills run down your spine, and you take a glance up, and there's a knotman standing at the
Great.
front. He has two more spear bearers standing at his side, and he's staring you down. It's one of you. It's one of your kind. We have slaughtered many more than you. This will be a simple fight. Sirach, you're still sleeping. What do you want to do?
Gonna wake up.
How do you want to wake up?
I thought he already did that.
Did you? Yeah, you
I thought
you
he-
did. Yeah,
he
you're
rolled a
you're
10.
up.
He's awake.
You see that the spear guys are all just messing around with Rohan. Edward is surrounded by a whole bunch of dwarves kind of chit-chattering, and a very strange, dark, misty, abnormal creature just walked out and started pacing his way towards Kenshin. Just walked out of the tent. You were back in halfling form as well. What would you like to do?
Well, since I have quite the distance to cover, I'm going to be transmorphing into a wolf.
Yeah, you are. So you have sprint and tear, like you can use your teeth to just rip away something. But as you're charging over there, one of the dwarfs grabs something that looks like a sharp stick and hops on your back.
Awesome.
He's grabbing your hair and he's like he's ready to go at whatever's going on over there. Rohan, what would you like to do?
Yes.
You got you have this homeboy.
Is his spear still stuck in the other guy?
Yeah, he threw his spear out and he's got two
Okay.
daggers and he's kind of like
Okay.
doing this
All right. Daggers versus Knuckles. Let's do this.
hack and slash.
I want to. Yes. I want to feint with a right cross
Mm-hmm.
and come up with a left uppercut. Directly under the. Just right under the jaw. So.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Roll your damage.
5 damage. God, that's freaking weak.
So you come up and you sprawl him back, like he's dazed for a moment, and then he kind of does that back flip move where you can get off your back if you're really flexible and stuff. And he's
Yep.
yeah
The kip up.
that. Kenshin, the guy in the guard tower is still sleeping. The guy in your hands is about to just fall over, just become dead weight, and you have a knotman and two
it's-
spear guys.
It's okay. I'm about to.
Wait, he has a knot man?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's a knotman here.
Hopefully, the dice will agree that this is cool what I'm about to attempt. again, seeing one of my people's foes actually here this far from where they normally are, this is not good. This is not a good thing for me. He knows what I am. I know what he is. I'm going to, but the battle spirit is still up in me.
A very weak battle spirit, as we've seen so far.
Shush you. So I am going to make my. I'm going to make my the is that all you've got, or at me, or whatever it is.
What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for? I'm going to make that test, though, using my appetites, because this is like conquest. This is fame and glory. This is, we saved these dwarves. We beat these foes. I can prove to the guards in the city that, there's something more at foot. They need to be wary. And part of that is I'm going to literally both kick and cut the guy loose in front of me. Just fillet him in half with the edge of my sword.
Do it
As
to it.
part of the challenge. So let's see if this works. See if the dice gods are appreciative of the cinematic effect I'm trying to bring to light. No, they don't hate me.
Okay. And so for that, I believe when your 6 is higher than an 8, I have to introduce a complication.
You do.
So you're trying to basically kill the guy that you have, push him into the other folks.
Just push him into the ground.
Okay. So you can do that, but the Knotman's gonna kind of step back as the two spear guys kind of do their jumping attack. They're basically jumping up in the air, and they're gonna try to come back to get you in the back and pin you to the ground.
Oh, okay. So, do I need to defy danger?
You tell me what you want to do. Say fuck it and just take it, or you can try to dodge out of the way, or you can try to rip the whole world apart and create a cavern in the ground. I mean, it's you, man.
Well, as his body's hitting the ground and the Knotman is, of course, backing away, the most weak and foolish have fallen for it. I will, as I tumble forward, I will be calling out, your friend here is still alive. I will handle these, as I try to roll up past their spears, so I'm between them.
Okay.
So defy danger, dexterity.
Yeah. They come down, and one of their spears actually goes through one of the guys on the ground, and you just hear him kind of gasp. The other guy comes down, his spear, and they come out, and same thing. They've got 2 daggers, and they're standing there ready to go at it. Rohan.
Yes, sir.
Guy's back up on his feet. He's a little dazed, but he's ready to, come in. Jab, 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 stab, stab, stab. What do you want to do?
I don't want to play with him and fight him and prolong this battle, but I guess I should go help tension. So I'm just going to just straight right to his face.
Hack and slash again.
Yep.
Roll that damage. Tell me how you kill him.
Oh, the knuckle hits him right in the bridge of the nose and just pops his eyeballs.
Ow.
Yeah, and just crumples to the ground.
Edward, you've just seen Sirach run by in wolf form, and this dwarf jumps on his back, grabs like this sharp piece of wood, and starts charging at the two spearmen and the knotmen fighting in the back near Kenshin. What do you want to do?
Oh, because I could totally do something effective.
I also said
Heal
shouted
yourself.
I also shouted out loud that this dwarf over here is still alive.
Well, if you're busy fighting those things, I'll try to heal the dwarf.
Well, that's what I said. I'll take
Okay.
care of these.
Yeah, do you run over there and try to heal him? Roll your cast a spell intelligence, please. All right,
I got a 7.
got a 7. All right, and what do you select from the draw and welcome attention, take another -1, or forget the spell?
I'll take another -1.
Okay, and roll your healing.
It's 1d8. It's gonna be a 1. Oh wow, the best
So-
I've ever done for healing.
As you cast it, you see his neck kind of close up, and this deep, like, rich, thick breath goes into his lungs, but he's still knocked out, but he's breathing normally. He's just laying on the ground. Sirach, you have this dwarf just yelling bloody murder. He's got a spear in his hand, and he's like ready for you to charge into these guys. What do you want to do?
I'm just going to tear into the knotman.
Okay. So the knotman's going to be a little difficult to approach. First of all, he's not mere mortal. Like, Kenshin can probably describe him a little better, but he seems to be completely abnormal, misty. He's going to know you're coming. So when you go in, do you want to try to protect the dwarf, or just kind of say whatever, like go for full damage? What do you want to do?
Try and protect the dwarf.
Okay. And how do you want to do that? So the knotman has this huge, it should be a two-handed sword, but he wields it with one hand. It's all corroded, but it's like just almost like a saw blade he has out, and it seems to be dripping with just rot and just nasty stuff. The other hand, he has like it seems to be almost a shield, but it seems to be made more of energy than of a physical thing, and it kind of just radiates on his arm.
His back is to me because he's facing Kenshin, correct?
Yeah, but he can hear the sound of a wolf, so as you go in for your attack, he's probably gonna come to swing around, going at
What I'm
the
gonna do is I'm gonna come in on his sword side, because with the shield he could bash with it, whereas on the sword side he has less ability to.
and you're gonna try to like
wield
grab
it
his
'cause it's
arm
bigger.
so it doesn't actually go
Basically,
through.
I'm going for his attack arm.
Okay. So you roll up there and you bite down. Let's see. So your normal damage is a d6. As you you come and you bite down on his arm, this very strange echoey breath kind of comes through his mouth. It smells like just death. It smells horrible. And the dwarf goes in for an attack too. So roll your damage with +3 for the dwarf attack.
Oh, wrong one.
So the spear kind of sticks into him, and as you kind of rip away to tear
Where's
out his,
the roll? Oh, there
Oh,
it is. For some
there you go.
reason, it wasn't scrolling.
so you actually the dwarf is able to come down. He comes down right in the shoulder, and as you rip the arm away, it actually pulls the arm off, and he screams. Kenshin, you have two guys at either side. Actually, he just had to BRB. Rohan, you know that there's a fight going on. There's a couple dwarves standing around. What do you want to do?
Throw the dwarves.
Do any of them look like they're heading towards the battle? Dwarves?
Yeah, they're starting to like look around for tools. A couple of them have picked up the axes. A few more just simply grabbing huge pieces of wood, and they're all starting to kind of march towards these guys.
All right. I do actually want to toss a dwarf. So I'm gonna run up and just take one and hurl him at one of the guys.
He squeals like with enjoyment. You can toss a dwarf whenever you want. And who are you throwing him at?
One of the alive guys. I don't know who.
All
who's
the
still
all the
alive,
ones
I
that are
think.
still there. So the knotman has
Okay.
lost his arm. There's two spearmen that are surrounding
Well,
Kenshin.
let's throw him at the knotman, I guess.
Okay. Roll me. Actually, let's do a volley this time because we're trying to volley a body. So, volley is against your dexterity.
There you go. Throwing dwarves.
So, in order to do that, you're gonna have to like get a little bit closer and put yourself in
Okay,
front of the dwarves. He seems to be small, but he's heavy. He's a heavy little fucker.
Yeah, that's fine.
As
They're
he
made of rocks.
as
Basically,
he
like hammer throw him almost, like grab him and just spin and chuck.
so he slaps into the knotman, and it actually throws the knotman into the flap of the tent. Like, he just gets thrown on his side and gets slid into there. Kenshin, you've just seen Sirach in wolf form rip the arm off the knotman, and these two spear guys are coming at you with their spears. Are gonna go at you again. What do you want to do?
They don't have spears anymore. They have daggers drawn.
That's yes, because they got them stuck. So they got two daggers.
I am going to end the life of the one next to me, and his remains will paint his companion, as will the body of his companion will.
Hack and
Connect.
slash. Damage, please.
Because all my weapons are forceful and messy.
Mine's a stick. I need to get that weapon.
So you end up like cutting into him, and his guts spill out, but he's like holding them over, taking a deep breath. And Edward, you hear this scream as this other guard with two daggers is now going after Kenshin's back for what he just did to his compadre. What do you want to do, Edward?
What can I do?
Poke him with a stick.
Toss a dwarf.
You got your sword drawn, don't you, Hawk?
Mm-hmm. I do.
I don't know how this would work. I'm a -2 for spellcasting. You know what? I'm sorry if this backfires, but I'm gonna choose your sword as an object of fear. Cause fear.
All right. You know what to do.
Come on. 7.
Okay.
I
Let's
forgot that
take
spell.
a
No,
quick-
I'll just take a -1 again.
And that is cause fear. That's the
Choose a
cleric
target you can
spell.
see in a nearby object.
What do you make his sword look like? How does it start to be scary?
Are these guys afraid of anything in particular?
Me, at this point.
Because
I've killed, what,
there's
3 or
really
4 of them?
something I want to do to freak the guy out. Like irrational fears. I want to make it look like a giant swordfish. He's like afraid because it just transformed in front of him and it's a giant swordfish.
I'm gonna say, in order to have him fearful, you're gonna need to spout some lore about how you know these rebels are fearful of swordfish, and you can use a book if you want to.
Oh yeah, I already used the book before. Gotta mark 4 uses for the book.
That's intelligence. So you know that these individuals are deathly afraid of ocean and ocean-bearing creatures, which is why they actually are supplying the lumber to someone near the ocean, but never go to the ocean themselves. So Sirach, you see the guy with his guts hang out, look, and this pale look in his face kind of frightens, and he lets his guts kind of spill out, and he falls down dead. The other guy kind of shrieks and jumps back to the front of the tent. Sirach, you are back into a halfling form, and you have this very frightened rebel standing in front of the gate that you, or in front of the flaps of the tent that you just saw the knot man get thrown into. What would you like to do?
Well, I think I'm just going to. It's almost like a waddle, but I'm going to go over and like try and kneecap the dude that's outside the tent.
With your staff?
Yeah, with
right.
the what's mostly a staff. It's
Your
quite,
piece of wood.
It's a pretty big hunk of wood. It's probably about 6 inches in diameter, about basically a foot taller than me.
Compensate much?
Well, I
So
haven't.
you're
I haven't
swinging a
worked on it that
4x4.
much.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Roll your hack and slash, please.
Like, how do you
You
even...
gotta. Your hack and slash is against strength. 2d6 plus.
Yeah.
All right. You describe how you kill him with your stick.
Well, just like basically, it's almost like golf. Only more like baseball. I just like smack his kneecap right off, and as he crumples, then I just finish him off with a head blow.
Kenshin, you hear this?
We have...
What? What's up, Edward?
This dude's sword looks like a fish, and this little halfling just smashed the dude with a 2x4.
And there's like a Goliath-looking tall human throwing dwarves.
Yeah.
Kenshin, there's this strange pulsing coming from the tent. You probably know what it means when the air and the wind starts to pulse around a knot man. What does it mean?
It means that he is healing himself. He's bringing himself back to full.
And how do you see them do that?
They literally take their wounds and they go near. Knot men are so strange. They have things like not fire. It burns, but there's no light from it. It just produces smoke. And they literally just stand near one of these and they just seem to pull the smoke and the darkness into them. And then whatever wounds they have begin to seal close. They can regrow limbs from it. The only way to actually kill knot men is you have to you have to remove them to a point where they can't regrow anything. Usually removing the head is the best way.
You can smell that scent of the smoke that you've smelled on so many battlefields before, and you know it's a sign of bad things. You also know that these creatures they like thrive on this strange magic. The flaps are fluttering in, and as it breathes, you can just see kind of darkness billowing inside the tent. What would you like to do, Kenshin?
Well, for starters, I'm going to cut open the tent flaps as I bellow a traditional battle cry.
So as you cut it open, the knot fire is gonna actually billow out towards your direction. Do you wish to get out of its way or stand and defy?
Well, I'm going to.
Please step out of the way.
Actually, I'm going to. That's a good. So the knot fire is going to billow out at me.
Step out of the way so Ginger can charge in through it.
Yeah, actually, I'm just going to. Well, no, with my fan, I'm actually just going to sidestep and then wave it towards the knot fire as if like giving Ginger the go ahead to, you know, giving Rohan the go ahead to do his thing, because sometimes you have to use a monster to fight a monster.
So Rohan, it's almost like Moses parting the sea. You see him do this quick swipe, and the flaps fall down, and this black smoke starts to come out. But he brings out this tiny little fan, and just these quick moves, it splits open, and you have this clear shot. You see this Knotman standing there billowing. He almost seems to be a little bit bigger. He has this radiating shield, and he's actually almost grown this sword back out. It seems to be made of flesh and bone, but it's sharp and it's dripping. And he's just kind of standing there pulsing, regaining his health and his strength. What would you like to do?
So, just so you guys know, I've had this idea before any of this happened and was described. I was going to grab another dwarf and toss another dwarf in at this guy. And I was going to ask who's next, as in asking the dwarf who wants to go next, and then find the one that didn't answer me and throw him in.
So actually none of them answer you. They seem they know something about this guy that they don't want to go towards him anymore.
That's fine. I grab whoever's closest and chuck him in the tent.
Okay. Do another volley.
And goodbye, dwarf. This is what happens when we give him opportunities.
So he goes in there and there's another thump, and as he hits, you start to hear this screaming from the dwarf as the smoke starts kind of going and tearing at his skin and starts to almost burn away. The Knotman cackles.
That's it. I can't handle that. I'm shouting a cry of defiance, coming in here, defying danger with strength to throw the just engage the Knotman.
You broke out there. Say it again.
He's throwing the dwarf out of the tent.
Okay.
I'm using defy danger strength to throw the dwarf back.
All right. Do it to it.
Oh, sorry. I must have hit something.
And you cause all the damage to another dwarf.
No, that was yeah, sorry. I hit spacebar and I had the other window open, so it selected that and ran that.
The other dwarfs, Rohan, have run away from you.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
So this dwarf has been thrown clear, and I have now issued an official challenge since my companion appears to not get it.
What's interesting is as you wad into the smoke, you actually feel invigorated. It seems like This is not something that's dangerous to you, and you regain 1d10 health.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Sirach, the flaps are opening, and this black smoke is starting to come your way. What do you want to do?
Well, after hearing the screams of the dwarf, and since we're similar stature, I'm going to be kind of backing off over towards the wizard.
Okay. Edward, what do you want to do?
Yeah. I keep coming
That
back
guy
to that.
in the tower still alive?
Yeah, he's sleeping.
No, he's not asleep.
He's asleep.
Oh.
He's just passed out.
You need to go murder hobo something.
Who's injured?
I am. I'm 5 down, but I'm perfectly okay.
Okay, I'm not gonna heal the fighter, because the fighter's a dickhead.
Fighter kind of saved you a couple times.
Yeah, he also just threw a dwarf in there and
Yeah, that's a thing
I
too.
didn't know he was gonna catch on fire.
yeah,
It
but,
worked before,
you know,
so I was doing it again.
I've
you
Which
threw
actually-
the little guy.
yeah,
the-
I've thrown the dwarf clear.
The
I know you
dwarf
have,
could
but-
use some health. You
Yeah,
you
I
can
think
see him, Edward,
I'll-
and one of his eyes has actually been melted, and blood is just covering his face. Like a part of his face is like kind
Trying
of
to
burnt.
Oh,
It's an 11, so I'm gonna try and heal him.
Do it to it. The eyeball grows back and his skin reappears and says, "Thank you, kind sir." You can tell he's still winded, but he kind of runs back towards the rest of the other dwarfs. And you can see the dwarfs have actually heard this guard, and they're starting to approach the tower. Rohan, what do you want to do?
Obviously, the dwarves are after something, so I'm going to go with them. Something to kill.
You hear a light snoring coming from the top of the tower.
Oh, I fly to the I full speed just sprint to the tower.
You see that
Try to
there's
be the
this
first one up there.
guard with a dagger kind of pinned in his chest, just passed out, drool down his face.
God, as bad as it, you should punch the dagger through him.
Oh no, I'm just gonna grab the dagger, pull it out, and just repeatedly stab him. Like the scene from Wayne's World where he's playing with the donut guy and it's no, Mr. Donut Man, no! Yeah.
Roll your damage.
That's happening.
Okay, there, Roberto. Oh Jesus!
He's a
he
pin
still
cushion.
punches the frickin' dagger through him.
It's you've made him into minced meat.
So that's what, 5 this
Kenshin,
match?
the knot man, he's standing, shield in one, sword in the other. Bring it to me then, young one. What do you want to do?
Kick his ass, Seabass.
Yeah, I'm gonna go whole hog at him.
How do you want to get past the shield?
Not going to not going to get past it so much as go through it.
Like,
I am a trained fighter, and everything I do is forceful and messy.
all right.
So he can either choose to stand before it, or he can choose to fall before it. His choice.
Oh, he's standing. He's ready. Like when you make a
Oh, I
move,
know.
he's going to bring his shield in, and he's gonna. Yeah. So you're able to push through. Roll your hack and slash. As you knock the shield like probably into his chest, kind of make him stagger a little bit, and he's coming
All
down.
my damage.
Roll your hack and slash because he's still coming down for an attack. So you got
That
past it.
that was my hack and slash.
Yes, so in order to get through, you would need to defy danger to get past the shield, then hack and slash to attack.
Oh,
So that was
okay,
his.
gotcha. Okay, it's 2 different rolls. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, not a problem.
Roll your damage.
Still not a problem at all.
And with hack and slash,
Yep, there it goes.
and I'm pen. It's pen 2, by the way. Forceful and messy.
So
Oh,
you
you know what?
knock, like you cut back into his sword arm again, and you just slice it completely clean. Like it just pops off, and you knock him back, like he's back on his ass, sliding across the ground, shield up. What would you like to do? He has like the shield up in a way that he's kind of behind it, and you probably recognize this as a sign like he's going to try to cause a spell to blast you out from his shield.
Oh yeah.
I try to come into the back of the tent
Sure, would you
after
know
I've killed
what
this dude.
how do you want to get in there?
Just I'm gonna go to the back of the tent and pull up whatever like stakes are holding the side down and see if I can get in
You know what you should have
the
done?
back.
You
Yeah.
should have just jumped from the tower into the tent.
It's a long jump.
That's a long jump.
That's
Yeah.
that's 40 feet.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna defy my defy danger to get around his shield this time is going to actually be a dex,
Okay, kind of like
because I'm gonna move to his shield side, get basically behind him, and then just bring my blade around and remove him.
okay. You
from
do
the
the
backside.
dexterity, and Rohan, if you're able to defy danger strength, if you guys both get in, you both roll damage. All right,
Okay.
so
I did it.
Kenshin.
Yeah.
you're gonna you can either get around, like kind of power through the blast. You're not getting the full blast, but you're definitely gonna take a little damage from that. Or you can completely dodge it, but you're not gonna be able to attack him until after Rohan's in the tent.
Well, I don't know Rohan's coming, so I'll just be dodging out of the way of the blast and not
So-
realizing that I'm actually striking second. It doesn't matter
Rohan,
to me.
you rip up the stakes and you're about to come in for an attack, but Edward, what are you doing?